So we are set. This featherweight bout is going to be presided over by the one and only Mr. Herb Dean in the cage. Kenan jafali in the blue corner with the black and red shorts. And Kadir Dalkıran in the red shorts in the red corner. Watch for the big hooks from this young man. Nice counter striker, but I can imagine him looking to engage very quickly, impose his strength. Physically, he looks about a weight class over the late replacement Kenan. Whoa, big leg kicks from both fighters. What I did like on that intro is the crowd were going wild for Kadir. Kenan was enjoying every moment of it, smiling, looking around, soaking up the moment. Didn't seem fazed by it. Switch kick.
They were starting to set it up, but you can see how Kadir tried to use his eyes because he noticed that Kenan is looking at his eyes. So sometimes you can, people will look, you know, if I look down, I'm going to throw a low kick. So what Kadir tried to do was look down and then throw the high kick. It's a great setup if your opponent's reading your eyes.
You can see his eyes behind that wonderful whip of hair there. But this is where Kadir really does. And he's knocking up some sort of choker. Well, he's standing guillotine.
He does have it with the arm in. He's driving his hips. He's trying to trap with his legs. And now he's under a lot of pressure. Kenan might get choked out from here if he doesn't get his hips away from the cage.
They fall down and into half guard. So
that was a mistake there from Kadir. By having the arm wrapped, and he's being very tenacious about grabbing it. It's hard to choke someone out with a front headlock or the arm in guillotine from inside the half guard.
Crowd here in Antalya really making some noise for this young man.
Kadir put a lot of power behind that arm in guillotine front headlock choke. It's taken him a second to recover here, and now it looks like he's got his second wind here. Recovered from that burst of energy that it took.
Kenan not just come here to roll over. He might be a late replacement against what is the golden boy of Turkish MMA, but he's taken a couple of shots already. He's been threatened with that guillotine, but still burying his head deep in the chest and throwing some shots of his own.
Nice downward elbows there coming from Kadir. Those, man, they just can cut you open and they hurt. This is bone on bone, and it forces your opponent to want to bring their head back up and off your chest.
No attempt from Kenan to break this guard or pass. Looks content to work inside it.
Yeah, I think he wants to ground and pound, but if he wants to, he's going to have to create a little bit more space with his chest so that he can have the room to punch.
Threatened with the armbar there, Kadir, but Kenan not wary of it and steps up and...
Go. What are we going to take? Time. Kinzo tape came off. Yeah, I've always wondered how it doesn't come off easier.
Kadir light on his feet. Looks to double up on, oh, big overhand right. Switch kick again, loves that. The crowd love it too.
That was a beautiful combination there. He locked up the head and arm, then hit the cradle. You use the cage to get an advantage. That's why Herb Dean stepped in. It'll just be a warning if you inadvertently put your hand through the cage, but the fact that Kadir actually used the cage and gained a positional advantage over Kenan, he has to stop and take the position away from him. And he gave him a warning, because if he would have
showing off some of the vocabulary of kicks he's got. But great refereeing from Herb Dean there, right on top of it.
But Kenan needs to come forward.
Oh, he caught the right hand there. Kadir felt that. Almost. Oh, he's ended up in mount now. Kenan ate a big right hand and certainly rocked. Kadir's corner talking to him, and he gives him a little signal that he's heard. Locks up that body triangle.
Yeah, the kicks of Kadir are just very, they're quick, elusive, they come from different angles. Kenan needs to not back up. Backing away from the kicks is getting him in trouble. It gives Kadir room to double up on them. He throws a great combination in there. He had a good head and arm, but with the choke, but wasn't able to finish and actually gave up a takedown to Kenan. And from the bottom, he came down with some nice heavy elbows. There again, a beautiful double kick coming off the right side, loaded up his left hip, jumped in the air. And the worst thing you can do with that maneuver is back away. And that's exactly what Kenan's doing right now. And that's what's getting him in trouble.
And it got him in trouble at the end of that round as well. He got caught by that right hand. Kadir came in, followed it up. He almost looked like he was frustrated that he'd smothered that work. He did end up on top, on mount, but couldn't finish the fight in the end of the first round. Kenan is a lifeline now. He gets a breather for 1 minute to reset. He's been impressive so far. He's not just come in to take a check and lie down, has he?
No, he hasn't. He's shown great resiliency. He's looking for a way to go ahead and win this fight. You're right. He's not just sitting there taking the late replacement, having the built-in excuse that, well, you know, I jumped in here. It's not even my weight class. You know, I took the guy on to make sure that you guys had a fight on the show. He's looking to go ahead and be the spoiler.
Round two indeed. Kenan, jafali in the blue corner. Kadir Dalkıran in the red corner with me, Brian Lacey, and Frank Mir. Lucky enough to be cage side for this monumental event in Turkey in Antalya, ACB 64. Like I said, Kenan's still backing away, and that's just going to give Kadir that space to unload shots like this. Oh, he's got to be careful now.
Kenan has the guillotine locked up, but Kadir, good job of bursting him down and then making sure you didn't end up inside the guillotine. You can dump someone when you're in their guard on the guillotine. You just can't follow them down.
Look at that pass as well. Much more intent coming from, oh, and a reversal there from Kenan.
It's just an area that Kadir needs to work on is his ground game. His stand-up, he looks great with the kicks that he's throwing, but that was really an opportunity twice now that Kenan in this fight has ended up on top. Is not really because of his own skill set, but because Kadir has made you know, tactical errors. The first one being that, you know, arm in guillotine, and now
armbar attempt here. That's it.
Nice.
Look at that.
Nice armbar to explode there.
Exploded it with that lock to the cage. And there's some big excitement there from the crowd here in Antalya, Turkey. Kadir Dalkıran. You said he did make that mistake. He got swept.
He did. He made a mistake there, got swept, and that wasn't, he wanted that to happen. That was a tactical error on his part that he opened the door there for Kenan. But, hey, he made up for it, switched, beautifully transitioned for that, the arm bar, locked it up, and that was very effective and very good.
And Kadir enjoying this moment. We have a wonderful moment here for Turkish MMA. Their golden boy goes 6-0. Makes a statement on the ACB stage against the very game, the very awkward opponent.
Glad to see the Turkish fans come out here and have one of their guys be very successful tonight and put on a great show.
And they are enjoying the show. The team there of Kadir. And this is a story about a young man who has quite literally come from nothing. Well, I tell you, he's collecting paper and plastic. He's collecting it from the bins around the a place that will give him a small amount of money that he could possibly use for food. He entered the world of martial arts, and he has shown